Hello, welcome to session 4 of PHS 318, which is titled Theoretical Foundations of Public Administration, Part 2. This session covers two main topics, which are part of the theories of public administration. These are the classical theory of management and the human relations theory. So topic 1, classical theory of management. This theory fundamentally focuses on formulating universal principles of organization. It is built on the assumption that there are certain fundamental principles on the basis of which an organization can be established to achieve a specific objective. Proponents of this theory include Henry Fayol, Luther Gulick, and Lyndall Ehrwick. According to the classical theory of management, it is possible to formulate universal principles of public administration so that it can be applied in every organization regardless of context. Some of the key principles of this theory were formulated by Henry Fayol, which are called the 14 principles of administration. And these include division of labor, authority, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, remuneration of personnel, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure of personnel, initiative, and esprit de corps. Other theorists in this school of thought include Gulick and Ehrwick, who proposed the PAHS principles, which stands for planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. What is the contribution of the classical theory of management to administrative studies? It is believed that the classical theory of management is the first systematic attempt to discover general principles of administration with universal applicability. But as to whether this is actually true is a different matter altogether, because public administration systems exist within unique contexts, and the context within which public administration systems exist affects the way they operate. Therefore, it is a bit difficult to grant the argument that it is possible to have universal principles of public administration, given that the unique context within which an organization exists affects its performance and operations. The second topic we look at is the human relations theory, which basically argues that it is not enough to just have structure and form, and that organizations cannot only use rationality in pursuit of their objectives, but they need to also focus on the human beings performing the job. The reason is that the human beings have psychological motivations. Therefore, if the human being performing the job is not healthy, your structure will not be able to help you achieve your organizational goals, no matter how strong they are. Some of the key principles of the human relations theory include the fact that the human being is more important than the structure. The second principle is that management studies should focus on individual motivations. Thirdly, management is a complex process involving group and collective effort, and so it is important to pay attention to the human beings within the organization, because without them, the organization will not be able to succeed in achieving its objectives. In conclusion, the classical theory of management believes in the universal application of administrative principles, and as I mentioned to you earlier, this line of thought has its own challenges. Different scholars support this school of thought, so no single author is singled out or is known to have been the proponent of this theory. The two major contributions are the 14 principles of administration that was formulated by Henry Fayol, and PAHS, which was formulated by Ehrwick and Gulick. The human relations school also emphasizes the importance of the human being in achieving organizational effectiveness. It stresses focusing on informal networks and the issues that affect job performance beyond organizational structure. This brings us to the end of session 4. Get ready as we move to session 5.